Good day, everyone, especially to you, ma'am. So, my topic is all about gender and activism. So, gender and activism plays a crucial role in activism, influencing strategies, challenges, and the overall effectiveness of social movements aimed to achieving goals, achieving gender equality and social justice. So, the importance of gender and activism is gender dynamics significantly shape the landscape of activism. Movements that prioritize gender equality not only address women's rights but also enhance the effectiveness of broader social justice initiatives. For instance, the Bridge Cutting Age program highlights how integrating gender principles into social movements that can lead to more inclusive and impactful activism. So, in my objective, this first is discuss heteronormativity and its manifestations, and appreciate the contribution of activism in social change. So let's proceed to definition of terms. First is activism. So it is a collective effort to shape and transform political, social-cultural, and other environmental status. What is activism? So activism is the practice of taking action to effort social, political, economic, or environmental change. It also involves actively working through various efforts such as protests, campaigns, and advocacy to bring about change in society. Activism can take many forms, from grassroots organizing to lobbying and community outreach, all aimed to promoting a preserved common good. Next is the participation. So, contributing and transforming social realities by engaging and taking part in various aspects and initiative or reform. So, participation is the fact that you are take part or become involved in something. Okay, through participation, people can identify opportunities and strategies for action and build solidarity to effect change. And last is the collaboration. So collaboration, it is working together towards a goal. Collaboration is the process of working together towards a common goal. It involves individuals or groups sharing knowledge, skills, resources to achieve a shared objective. Next is understanding heteronormativity. So it means relating to or based on the attitude that heterosexuality is the only normal and natural sexuality expression. It is when we assume that everyone is heterosexual or straight. That is the standard for. And heteronormativity is the belief that being heterosexual or being attracted to the opposite sex is the natural and accepted sexual orientation. It is predicted on the gender binary. So heteronormativity is the overall assumption that everyone is straight, and based on the conception that there are only two genders. It is the idea that romantic and sexual relationships are always between one man and one woman. Heteronormativity does not accurately reflect the reality that gender exists on the spectrum. There are only two gender, which is the man and a woman. Also, heteronormativity presumes heterosexuality is the default sexual orientation, thus erasing other sexual identity, and can lead people to misgender someone, such as referring to someone with wrong pronouns. This harm to LGBTQ plus individuals, as it contributes to lacking of human rights, security, and funds to support them, and obliterates identity. Heteronormativity fortifies transphobia and homophobia by assuming that everyone should be straight. Also, with a heteronormative point of view, straight people are placed at a privileged group by viewing them as standard or normal. So, here in the Philippines, usually that if you are a member of LGBTQ plus community, you are discriminated by some people, or for those people who are not exposed, or they are not an open-minded of LGBTQ plus community, or people that is transgender. Okay, so anyone who does not adhere to that standard are viewed as a lesser, like women who like women, lesbians, or in short, lesbians. Men who love a man is gays. People who love men or women is bisexuals. People who feel that they do not belong to their biological sex, it is called transgender. And other people who reject the notion of trans-binaries are masculine or feminine. Okay, so heteronormativity has been so ingrained in our social and political institution that it has almost become invisible. We all know that mostly in leaders or in a political field is mostly is men. Nowadays it is open na sila for women na mag-leader sa society, but in a current situation, or dati is they are adhere to be a leader or to be in political field, because mostly it is only for a men. And also most people is unknowingly subscribe to a heteronormative standard just because that is the way it has always been for them, like assigning blue for boys and pink for girls. But what happens when a boy wants pink toys? They are reprimanded and criticized in a process called normalization. Okay, so next is this normalization limits person choices and freedom. So most affected people is the member of LGBTQ community, because they don't have a freedoms, or they don't have a choice to choose what they want or what they really want, especially when they love someone, because here in the Philippines we are not allowed to they don't allow to those people who wants to get married to boy or girls to girls, or in short, member of LGBTQ community. Next is this leads to homophobia, transphobia, biphobia, prejudice, discriminations, violence, and other hostile acts towards LGBTQ community or people. And also, one of the example of heteronormative violence is the murder of LGBT men and women during the Nazi Holocaust. In the present day, it means punishing LGBT children for impressing who they are or being vocal about who they are attracted to. So in the present day, they are discriminated if if the children shows who they are, or they are member of those kind of people. So second is that in workplace, it could mean being fired or not being promoted just because you are not straight. So there are some companies that they are not allowing those peoples who are not straight, because it can also affect their businesses. Then in at home, it could mean being disowned by our family because you are LGBT, or being bullied by your family because you are not masculine enough or feminine enough. So there are also families who are not supportive of their siblings or their child or daughter to their genders. And Next is in politics, it manifests in policies denying LGBT their freedoms, such as anti-sodomy laws in many countries where being LGBT is a crime punishable by imprisonment or death. So some of the countries are, they have this anti-sodomy laws, which is LGBTQ is they don't have their freedom to express who they are, or they are not allowed to be run in politics, or to be a member of those specific society. Next is it could also mean the absence of laws that would be let LGBTQ live a full life, like being able to marry who they want to marry, or enjoying the same rights and privilege that straight families have. Okay, so LGBTQ community is, they are adhere to marry who they want to marry with, right? So here in the Philippines, they are not privileged, or they don't have a right to have or to marry there's to they are adhere, or they are not have a rights to, or they don't have a privilege to marry someone or who they want to marry with. And that's all my report. Thank you.